Good afternoon, parents of Collegiate International School. This is Mr. Nicholas Castaldi, Head of Elementary, with our presentation on NEASC Parent Summary, answering the question, where do we start and where we are now? As you all know, CIS is part of the NEASC standard pathway. This year, we have been preparing for our end-of-year standard pathway inspection and evaluation. This happens next week. This video and PowerPoint is to help you understand where we've done with this journey, where we are now. It's important to note that the NEASC evaluation is a collaborative effort and not one of judgment. They are simply here to meet with our teachers, our parents, our students, and leadership, look at evidence, and observe lessons to get a good understanding of where we are as a school and what they feel great next steps are to continue our great success in student life, engagement, and impact. As always, our mission at CIS is to empower students with a rigorous, holistic, and international education for success in a never-changing world. Our values are community, innovation, and success. We have a shared understanding of high-quality learning, which is that we value holistic, rigorous, and international learning where the whole school community collaborates and engages in discovering new knowledge, concepts, and skills which apply and connect to real-world experiences. This is a key part of the NEASC process. They will want to know, where did this high-quality learning definition come from? Well, back in 2021-2022 academic year, we held workshops with parents, students, leadership, and our governing body. And in collaboration, we created this definition of learning, which we felt reflected our school community and also aligned with our mission and vision statements. This year's review of the standard pathway has been one of collaboration. All stakeholders have been part of this process. It started with the leadership having professional development with NEASC leads on what the standard pathway is and how to review it properly. We then had teachers join 3 different committees, learning and teaching, wellness and inclusion, or community, to start the review process. Teachers spent time finding evidence, meeting to discuss areas of improvement and impact, creating a narrative for a final report, and assessing ourselves against a rubric in collaboration. These groups had teachers all the way from pre-kindergarten to grade 12 to ensure the entire school was seen for each area of review. We also had surveys sent out from NEASC to parents, students, teachers, and leadership, which were reviewed and analyzed by myself and Mr. Norton to identify areas of strength and areas of development. When all this was done, we created the first part of our NEASC report draft. After that, we held workshops for feedback where the committees, parents, governance, and students all had workshops where they unpacked different areas of the report, gave feedback, and identified areas they thought we could add more positive dialogue and areas that they thought we needed to continue to find more evidence for. We continued the process. After our second draft was done, we met for a final time with our committee leads and James Roberts, the quality assurance head of InnoVentures, to get a final review for make sure the voice of the entire community was in the report. We submitted the report, continued to gather evidence, and now are here, where NEASC will be coming and visiting us next week. If you want to see this journey in more detail, feel free to scan the QR code below. What have we been working on this year? Well, we had one clear vision of student engagement. Like NEASC, we believe on doing one thing great at CIS, and this year we thought, let's start with student engagement in their learning, their community, and their leadership. We did this through the lens of choice, creativity, and differentiation and high expectations, and we've seen a massive impact in the amount of engagement and responsibility students are taking for their own learning. Our school improvement plan had 5 key drivers: space and time, teaching and learning, curriculum development, leadership, and well-being. The initiatives and focuses of each of these drivers have been reviewed using evidence and continuously updated to ensure we're making progress to meet success in these areas. We also have a new 5-year plan that began this year that has a focus on student enrollment, student learning, student achievement, and our school profile. We're glad to say that we've seen in 2024-25 us hit almost all of these targets, and our final target being school profile success in the NEASC Standard Pathway Review next week. The foundation standards for NEASC are core expectations to ensure the schools are delivering high-quality education and fostering continuous improvement. When NEASC was here in 2021, they did a foundation standard review and gave us key areas to improve. For Standard 1, learning structure, they wanted us to create clear examples of assessment for learning and assessment of learning for teachers. These have now been put in policies and handbooks and are part of orientation and continuous PD in the school year to ensure teachers know what these types of assessment are, examples of them, and implement them effectively in their classrooms. They also asked us to become more transdisciplinary in nature. Well, since then, we've become a PYP, MYP school, and we continue to be a DP school. The PYP and the MYP allow us to have much more access to transdisciplinary learning, where students are not learning subjects in isolation, but instead making connections and learning across different subjects. They also asked us to revise our definition of high-quality learning, which I explained we did earlier. For Standard 2, organizational structures, they want us to align the standard pathway indicators with our school improvement plan and our teacher evaluation systems. We have done this. They also want us to involve more of the community into policy making. Well, this year we've had reviews with our governing body, PUMA, Parent Association, and our middle leaders, where they unpacked specific policies and gave feedback on areas they thought were important, areas they thought need to be added, and how these policies help raise the morale of our school. For Standard 5, ethical practice, we ensured that this standard pathway review was done in collaboration with all stakeholders. In the past, reviews may have been done mainly by leadership. However, this year we've changed it to ensure all stakeholders are part of the process. What are our key findings? As I said, there's 3 main areas of focus in the standard pathway review. Learning and teaching. We found that we have a new positive vision of academics. We've aligned the PYP and the MYP with New York State standards. We've increased student engagement, and we found ourselves more aligned with the NEASC journey. Our areas of improvement is to continue to broaden a wider range of experience using the local and Dubai environment for our students. In secondary, to align skill-based learning into our curriculum, and in elementary to make skill-based learning more explicit. In wellness and inclusion, we have found that we clearly recognize the importance of wellness and inclusion. We have a diverse community of different cultures and learners, and we have the facilities and resources to support them. And that our parent community and students feel happy, safe, and looking forward to coming to CIS. For areas of improvement as a whole school, we want to continue to develop our understanding and implementation of well-being practices. Secondary will continue to develop the capacity for differentiation through learning support. And elementary wants to continue to focus and have more impact on our English additional language speakers. Community was a specific area of strength of ours. Our community is happy, healthy and engaged. We have after-school activities to support all students. We are a culture of open door policy where we know our families and work closely with them. Areas of improvement for a whole school is to broadly take more opportunities to make connections with external bodies and to continue to improve our middle leaders to be key drivers of the learning in the school. That is everything for now. As I said, next week NEASC will be in the building. We do ask parent support by you coming to school on time, ensuring you are appropriately dressed, ensuring students are in their uniform, and please remember those parent IDs. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it's been informative, and always, if you have any questions, the senior leadership team is here to help. Have a great day.